Sorry about that. I checked to see where it was from, and it was a North Carolina number. So I've been getting quite a few calls. You know, those telemarketers. Sorry guys, a little bit shaky. Thanks Elaine. I just noticed my battery's down 36%, so I figured I'd plug it in while I was doing that. Yeah, those telemarketers, if I don't recognize, well, numbers really come up. I mean, not that I don't have no people in North Carolina. That's my last domicile. That's the last time I tried to be normal in North Carolina. It's funny how people want to tell you how to live your life because they would not live their life the way I live mine. Yes, sir, darn car warranty. Yeah, really. I mean, my car is, let me see, 21 years old. Well, I guess it would be technically 22 because it's a 2001. Excuse me, Sophie. I mean, my Prius, when I had that, I guess it was just like I had bought it like right after, but I didn't know if there was a warranty on it. So, okay, that's Sophie licking my hand. All right, Sophie, where are you going? So, yeah, I didn't know if there was an extended warranty, and, you know, talking to them, and it's like, no, there's, you know, I'm already over, you know, forget it. So after that, yeah, I was in California. That's where the puppies were born, in Sacramento, and where I took her to the hospital, Bella, the first time, was in Sacramento. And I found California really cool. At the north and the south ends. Okay, Sophie. And I guess it was more the topography that impressed me, like in the south end, by the desert, where the mountains were made of boulders. I can't wait to go back and look at the photos and videos that I took along the way. Way cool, Elaine. Which truck stop? Oh, I'm trying to look at your picture that you have on here, and my contacts are a little on the old side, so can't really see your face to recognize you. Barstow. Okay, yeah, that's it. It's like, okay, which one? All right, Barstow. Oh, you're talking that first truck stop. Is that the one that you're talking about? Where it was no porta potties? Was that the one at the casino? By the casino? Is that the one? Yeah, I can't wait to go back and look over. I have like at least almost 400 gigabytes of video and photos that I took because at first trying to get photos and I missed the whole scenery. So then I started taking photos, and I've done this, pretty much all my life is taking photos as I'm driving. And I noticed that this camera actually takes a half decent photo when you're driving, because a lot of them, it becomes a blur, a moving blur. But it's surprising that this the camera on my phone, which is one of the reasons why I like this phone, is it's 13 megapixels, so it gets better picture resolution than something with like 8 megapixels, or I think that it has a 5 megapixel on the rear facing, which it makes for more of a grainy picture. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what I got. Half of you came to Barstow, and the other went the other way that day. Y'all didn't stay there at night. Is that the one where we had split up and we were going to be heading to Oregon on that secret mission that nobody really knew about? Yeah. Facebook's, .com/GLoLady, or Lisa Bain, Bain Landis. I noticed that there are some other GLoLadies on there. I had put GLoLady in Urban Dictionary. Oh, let me see. Was that 2000? Early 2000. I don't know. 3 maybe. I think it was 2003. But I put GLoLady in the Urban Dictionary as a woman who radiates light. And what is that? A woman who enlightens the masses. I think those definitions, I don't know. It's been a while since I checked Urban Dictionary. But I've been branding GLoLady for over 20 years. I had my domain since 2000. So I've tried to brand GLoLady on all of the social media platforms. I'm sure there's a couple that I'm not on. Yeah, I'm hoping that we could actually get our computers out and have some internet here, and or at least some electric to do some work on the computer. And I'll have to play it by ear. I haven't been at this camp as much as I really wanted to, because of the asphalt and heat and my animals. So I've really only been here a little over a week, maybe. Not many days. Maybe 8, 9, something like that. Since I've been here, that I've stayed overnight because of, like I said, with the heat here and my animals. And depending on, what's up for tomorrow. I mean, had to get my oil changed today because I put the power steering in the oil, which is like first time I ever did that, and the last time that I do not read the bottle before I put it in anywhere. Trust me on that one. Yeah. But that's what happens when you do important things and don't just slow down and be in the moment. You tend to rush, and there you go. But we were heading out, so I was rushing it this morning. Oh, way cool. You don't get anywhere without my babies. Yeah, you just got another puppy. I keep saying that my next animal is gonna be a horse, because if I get a horse, that means that I have settled down. I've been trying to settle down for a long time, and good Lord says, nope, it's not time. You gotta keep on this mission. That's why I look at the things in my past and the things I've gone through and the strength that I've acquired. No, I know that the good Lord has a mission for me. And, that's that passion of the Christ. Sometimes you get beat up pretty darn good for having that passion and believing something. And I believe that the United States really needs people to stand up and fight for the freedom that we got before we lose it. And if, this is what it takes, then I guess so be it. Yeah, somebody else had said about, 9 months after Bella passed, that I would get another puppy, and, well, I'll tell you, not in this car. Not in this van. I think that 3 chihuahuas and a cat are enough. 2 Yorkies and a Schnauzer puppy. Oh, I bet that's a lot of high energy. For sure. Yeah, the puppies, Bella's puppies. They were a 3/4 Chihuahua and a quarter Jack Russell. So, Jack Russell in a van, they'd be bouncing off the ceiling. So, that would be really hard to have kept one of the puppies, not to have kept one of the puppies. She had her favorites. And I was going to keep her favorite, but her favorite didn't make it. Her favorite was one of the 2 puppies that didn't make it. So it was sad, but I was very happy that 2 of the puppies did make it. And they're 8 weeks old now. So I have to text and find out if they were adopted or if they're going to stay where they're at. I'm looking up in the sky, sorry. I tend to watch the sky and the clouds. And I see one bird. It's a buzzard. But I like to note the animals and the clouds and the birds and Mother Nature. Oh, now we have two of them. And I'm looking at that one line. And it was really interesting because that's in about the same area as some photos that I took today. I'll have to post them up on my probably Instagram. Instagram is the THE GLoLady, one word. I think somebody else had GLoLady. That's why the media platforms, you better brand your name quick before someone else gets it and thinks that it's you. But right here in the same spot, oops, there we go, where you're seeing that, the cloud formations were really interesting. Now, I saw it, and it looked like the line, and the next thing you know, it was like a shadow. It was a dark shadow, but it's like, was it a shadow coming from that line in the sky? I mean, now, I'm just explaining it, but I'll have to put those pictures up later because it was a longer line than that. And then it was like it wide, and the shadow moved through it. And I have a whole bunch of different, kept taking photos, staying in the same spot, did a video of this shadow that was moving. So it was like, okay, well, can you call it the sun when it's a shadow on that side? But if it's those clouds that are causing the shadow, then when it moved on the other side, then, yeah, it was perplexing to me. But I really, really look a lot in the sky. Oh, here we go. As I was saying about, and then I'm always looking, all right, see right there's like nothingness, or can't really say there's a nothingness, but it's like, what in there would have stopped it? Is it still going, or did that stop too? Yeah, it stopped too. So, yeah, there we go. We keep going. But it's like, what in the blue? Or was that where the airplane or whatever let off of the exhaust? I mean, can someone explain that to me? Why, you have the white so-called chemtrails by some, and it starts and stops. Oh yeah, I can just imagine the stars down there on the desert out there in California. That was cool. And another place to look at stars is on top of the Blue Ridge Parkway, up on top of the mountains in western North Carolina, because you're just like really close to the heavens. And there's a photo, where do I have that at? I call it Heaven's Dew because it was up on top of Black Balsam, up off of the Blue Ridge Parkway, in between 276 and 215. And it was a sunrise, and it was all pastels, and there were the clouds that were down in the valley, and I mean, it's just a cool photo. Like I said, I've been taking photos and video since I got my first one at 12, my first camera. I think it was 12, might even have been 10. But I've just always loved taking a snap in time, and also got into paranormal. Oh, now here we go. Okay, this is what I was talking about. Okay, now you see that one line, and now all of a sudden, see, here's another one that's going. Alright, see it? It's going. Now, look at, alright, right there is where it comes out of the cloud. Now, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, where there's like a darker shadow. I mean, now it like goes away. I'll have to catch it earlier. But yeah, up there, it was really cool. And then I got another one, another cool one of another sunrise. And it was kind of like completely opposite. And it actually looks like butterfly wings, the colors of it, because it was before sunbreak also. And it was just like, wow, really cool. And I think it was, like I said, with the desert, the Saharan dust that had come across. It was, let me see, trying to think if that was in 2000 when I was social distancing on a mountaintop. See where, I mean, that one you can see a little bit, but I don't know if you can see whether it's like dark, and it's like there's a straight line, but yet I'm hoping that you guys can see that on the video. Oops, I need to take it back down a little bit. Yeah, right in there where you can see a darker line. Yeah, my youngest son I was talking with him yesterday, and he was saying about, in the Bible, where it talks about looking in the sky for the signs. Hello, Valerie Thomas. How are you? We're just having discussions of whatever comes on whatever comes up. When I had my TV show, I'd be talking about one thing, and next thing you know, another train would come in and leave out the other end of the station. And I had somebody point that out to me, that I tended to do that. And that's the thing, a lot of stuff, we don't know what our behaviors, and unless somebody points them out to us sometimes, because we tend to do things differently. Like I was just saying about with when I'm talking, it's like when I'm talking, and next thing you know, there's a different thought comes in, and I really did not know that until somebody pointed it out. And then the other day, we're sitting around talking, and somebody's saying about, their partner, that they'll be talking about one thing, and then next thing you know, they're talking about something else, and they're still thinking that they're talking about the other thing, and they can't keep track of their conversation. It's like, yeah, that's the way I am. And I do understand that kind of conversation. Strange it is as it is. See, that's what I'm wondering up there with that. Why, unless it's like I said, the plane is not emitting the fumes as such, or what's the deal with that? Oh, I can tell how Brian is today because he was out here earlier. If you take the video and you go back, able to see I was speaking with him. He had to start his vehicle to charge it up and take care of business. So he had gotten out the back, walked around the front, and sat down on the chair outside to rest up. And that was before he, got his energy back to turn it on, and made sure that he didn't stay out too long, and walked around with them, and he went back in, and he'd be good. I mean, it's too hot for him to come out and sit outside. Even, I mean, there's a breeze going, but he'd be sitting out here. I mean, yeah, I'm here, and let me see. Yeah, I'm here, it looks like. But there's not a whole lot of people that are here. Most everybody went out on the convoy because we have a rally on Saturday. But Bryant's good, no worries. I'm not quite sure. But no worries about Bryant. And that was part of that one part of a discussion that we were talking about earlier. And, living the way that we live and choosing to be happy the way that we live, and, that to thine own self be true. That's one of the hardest things that we have to do, is to be ourselves, and we're meant to be happy. And, if we're living a miserable life, well, then I would say that we're living in a way that we weren't meant to live. And being in that environment, you want to be happy or you want to be right. And I'd rather be happy than right. So, living the way that I do, I throw my hands up and say, okay, that good early direction guides me, and I've learned not to question, because when you question, it drives you crazy. Or crazier. I mean, I don't know how many of you have ever gone through the dark night of the soul, where you question your own sanity. And I've had, well, I did check myself into one of those crazy, wanted to die because I had just lost everything that I worked so hard to build. And that was one more time, and it's like, man, So I checked myself into a psych ward, and to tell you the truth, actually taught me how to work a computer. That was back in 96. I think it was 96. Yeah, it was 96. Oh, and I really had a death wish, didn't want to live, but couldn't take myself out, and just put myself in places that any dumb little blonde, could probably have been taken out easily, but hey, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, and I felt no evil. Kind of don't feel that evil when you have a death wish, and you put yourself in places, and dang, can't even get somebody else to kill me. So yeah, it was one of those suicide on the installment plans. But anyhow, the doctor told me I was crazy, but I wasn't insane. I just had a multi-stressor disorder a disorder from the multi-stressors in my life. In other words, PTSD from all the crap that hit the fans, and all the scars that mix with my wrinkles, and losing everything countless times over and over and over. But it's not the losing everything countless times over and over and over and the crash and burns. It's how many times that you pick yourself back up. How long does it take to pick yourself back up every time you crash and burn and, get molded and shifted in another direction? So now I say I don't crash and burn, I crash and bounce. Makes things much easier when you crash and bounce. Yeah, there goes another jet with another line in the sky. Well, Elaine, you can't always say that I've been to more places than you will ever be, because there's a whole lot more of the world that I have yet to see. So how quick you'll see them before me, it's hard to say. You just take it day by day. And you never know. I mean, I was looking forward to going to Oregon. Some of you know that my son had passed away of a drug overdose in Eugene, Oregon. And that was in 2019. And I really wanted to go there in person, because every time I called in the past, I shouldn't put it in the present, but every time I called, this was in 2019, I'd always get a different answer. And it always put me on guard, and things just didn't add up. So I've been wanting to go, or had been wanting to go to Eugene, Oregon. And when I found out about we would be a week in Sacramento, well, figured I could take a week, or not a week, but at least a day or two, and go up to Eugene. Yeah, he is. If he wouldn't be, he knows that he has alternatives. He knows, and that's a biggie. When you're resigned that, okay, I'm here and this is where. But when you know you have a choice and this is what you choose, then it's a good thing. Like when going on that trip, and believing that okay, we're gonna go out to California, and then we're coming back, and then the horror experience that I had on that convoy out to California. Yeah, there were people in Sacramento who were heading back east, and the only reason I didn't head back east is because I still had not gone to Eugene, to Oregon at that point to see where my son had died. Or I would have gone. If I would already had gone and done and been, I would have left the convoy because at that point they were helping people with gas to make it home, back east. And I would gladly have gone and wouldn't have lost my dog and all the above, but I had not gone to where my son died, so that was the reason I really came on and had to finish that. I did not have the opportunity to go where he died, but I did have an opportunity, and it was a choice to go to where he lived. And that did fill me with peace, and came to accept his death by going there. Yeah, hopefully my kids would agree to just let me go and do. I mean, because they don't live the same way that I do. The one that passed away, he was the vagabond. Passed away, I put everything in storage and decided I was gonna live like, what the adventure held. I mean, been a nomad and a vagabond and lived that. He would. Whoops.
Did he say how far away he?
And I don't have his number either to call him.
Yeah, just redneck way.
He's still looking for to check up my car. I learned without a shower and why he wore the same clothes over and over. Interesting. Now Cody would always devil me that he was going to put me in an old folks home. Aha. Somebody found an old way.
Scissor jack. I'm jacking the tire on this.
There you go.
I ain't got all day to wait on.
Hey, hang on. Alright, up in, Tom. Come on. Come on, get in. You have another scissor jack, or you want mine? Because I don't know if...
Nope, I'm good.
You're good? You got... Oh, okay, you got it? Alright, here we go. I got the brake on. You want me to get a block for the back tire? Nope. Good to go?
Yep.
Alright. I know if I keep it out here, it will, the sun will kill it. Alright, looks like my papers are all dry. So I'm going to bring you back in under the canopy where it is cooler by far. And then I'm going to go back out and see if I can help them. Well, I'll tell you, this mission is unstable, so I guess I'm just gonna end it, and thank you guys for hanging out with me today, and appreciate it. And as you see, there's not too much excitement, and I'm not gonna do a live recording if my car comes down on top of him. That would be too gross of a live stream to watch. So my battery is 40%, so I'm gonna stick it in and get it charging, and then once it's charged up, then I'll come bring you back out, and by that time we ought to be doing some other things around here, and instead of just trying to stay out of the sun. So thanks for joining us, and we'll talk to you soon. See ya, love you, bye.